don't know if y'all can see them or not, but daggum, some red wasp up in there. One of them got me on the foot right there. Right there. I hate a wasp. Man, I hate a wasp. It's even worse when you're using power equipment like that because it gets them all stirred up. It makes them real mad. But anyway, we got it trimmed before the wasps got too bad. We're gonna pour some gas on them or something here in a minute. I keep telling myself I'm gonna bring some wasp spray, but I always forget. I can feel my foot swelling up. Dadgummit, that stings. But anyway, now we got that settled. But I trimmed all these hedges right here, and with these Proyama 26cc 24-inch bar, and I have to say, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed by these things. I'll say how long it's been. Yeah, so in 10 minutes, I trimmed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hedges in 10 minutes, and also trimmed up a crepe myrtle. So in 10 minutes with the Proyama hedge trimmers, I trimmed up 8 hedges and a crepe myrtle. 8 or 10 hedges and a crepe myrtle. So, and this stuff right here, it wasn't no joke. This stuff right here is thick. You can see that right there. All those. And I mean, you can see it just chopped it right off like it wasn't nothing. That's probably a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch type thing there. Those hedge trimmers are rated at a 1 inch thick diameter cutting width. And I have to say, I believe it would do it. I trimmed some of these tree limbs over here as well. So here is the wasp nest. You can see there's my hand that was in that shrub right over there. And you can see they attached it just to a little branch right there. Them things got after me, son. I mean, lit me up. I got a big old, 1 or 2 of them got me on the ankle there. And my ankle is all swelled up. But they was in this shrub right here. And I mean, I was trimming it. You can see one right there swimming around.
They on this side. Right in there.
Yep. You can see that red wasp right there, trying to get too close to them. But I mean, them sun guns, they still in there. But anyway, we got rid of that thing, and that won't be a problem anymore. But I'm going to get the hedge trimmers and trim up some more hedges, and we're gonna get all this stuff out of here and start running through the chipper. And I got a couple limbs to trim, and then we're gonna start putting the fine straw out, and we'll be good to go. What's going on, guys? Hunter here. I want to give y'all a quick little recap while I'm going down the road here. I'm headed to Tennessee for the weekend, so I've got a good little drive here, so I figured I'd kind of film this outro to the video slash kind of recap type thing and talk about everything. So 2 things I want to touch on. The 2 new pieces of equipment we tried out on the video was the Proyama PHT 26. They're 26 cc's hedge trimmers with a 24-inch bar on there, and those hedge trimmers are really, really good quality. I have a few negative things that I'm not, really a fan of them, but like I said, they're not turn-offs for me. They're not going to make me not recommend them. They're not going to make me not buy another pair. I'm probably actually going to buy some more, probably next year, next spring when we start trimming edges back and everything. So wanted to kind of touch base on those for a second, and then I want to talk about the wood chipper that I got, the Power Horse 15 horsepower wood chipper. So first I'm going to talk about the hedge trimmers first. So the hedge trimmers, the Proyama 26cc 24-inch bar hedge trimmers really impressed me. I mean, they really did. They kind of really shocked me. I was not expecting them to be almost better than my steels, and I say almost because there's a couple of things that they, it's so hard to say if one piece of equipment is better than the other or not, because when they have different aspects of them and everything, it kind of just depends on how you look at it. So I'm kind of going to do a quick little comparison between the steels and the Proyama. So the steel HGS 45 hedge trimmers is what I'm going to compare it to. They are 27 cc's with an 18-inch bar and basic hedge trimmers. I mean, they're excellent commercial grade hedge trimmers. They probably weigh 10 pounds, maybe 8-10 pounds, something like that. So those hedge trimmers, I have 3 pairs of those, 3 sets, and they have lasted me, I know for sure one set has lasted me 5 years, and I've got 2 sets. One of them is I bought this year, and the other one I bought last year or the year before. So I mean, I'm a big fan of steel, love their products, don't really have any complaints with them other than they use a lot of gas. The HS45, the Weedeaters don't, but the string trimmers don't, but and the blower really doesn't, but for some reason the engine in the hedge trimmers burn up gas like that. I mean, so quick. You run through it, ain't nothing to run through a tank of gas in those hedge trimmers. That's my only complaint with the steel hedge trimmers. Now, price point on the steel hedge trimmers, depending on where you get them, they're going to run you probably $350, $400, something like that. Pretty standard for a commercial grade product and everything like that. So that's kind of what you're getting. So the Proyama hedge trimmers are 12 pounds, 26 cc's with a 24-inch bar. So you're losing a cc, but you're gaining, what is that, 6 inches on the bar. So you're getting a 24-inch bar, 26 cc hedge trimmer, and also they have the adjustable handle in there. So the handle has a little thing under it where it'll turn to the side. I showed you in my review video. You can go back and watch that. And what that does, you see me in the video using them. If you go back, you'll see me flipping them around and trimming up the sides of the hedges where I keep this hand straight, or this hand straight, while I'm trimming. So that's cool. Steel doesn't have that, but the Proyama hedge trimmers do have that little adjustable thing there. So cool stuff with that. That's, like I said, you get a few new there. It's hard to compare stuff and say this one's better than this one, because you get different things with different pieces of equipment that some of them might not have, and some of them might have this and might, it's so many different variables in it. So I would say, and the Proyama hedge trimmers are excellent on gas. Excellent. No problem on that. The only one complaint I have about the gas that go for the Proyama hedge trimmers from a gas aspect, they use a 25-to-1 mix ratio. So if you're not familiar with steel products, majority of all their commercial products, if not, I think all of their commercial products run a 50-to-1 oil ratio, on oil gas ratio, is what they run and everything. So the Proyamas run a 25-to-1. So kind of what that does is I have to carry 2 gas cans, one for the Proyamas and one for the steels. So, and mark them 25-to-1 and 50-to-1, and make sure we put the right ones in there. So that aspect of it, I'm not really the biggest fan of it, of the gas mix on them. But like I said, I can live with that. That's not the end of the world for me, because quick solution, you just get another gas can, right, 25 to 1 on one and 50 to 1 on the other, and it works out fine. Two little things that I want to kind of talk about with the Proyama hedge trimmers. Again, this is not a turn off for me. It's not going to make me not buy the Proyama hedge trimmers. Again, it's not going to make me tell you don't buy them, but I kind of want to let you know what you're getting into on them. So they are a 24-inch bar on there. So with a 24-inch bar, they're not really made to do small hedges. So that being said, if you buy these, you need to be trimming like crepe myrtle limbs, low-hanging tree limbs, anything an inch or less is what you're going to be wanting to trim with these things. And then, you know, big hedges, if you're cutting hedges in half, it would probably work fine for that. But as far as like small, tiny hedges that you want to get a lot of detail on, you're going to have a difficult time with that. But that's not, again, that's not a complaint. That's not anything. I have other tools for that, specifically for small hedges. I have small hedge trimmers and everything. So, you know, just this tool is not made for small things. It's made for, it's a beast. It's made for big things. It's made for tree limbs. It's made for, you know, crepe myrtles. It's made for big stuff. So if you're looking for something that's going to cut big hedges, you know, crepe myrtle limbs, if you're wanting to put this thing through the ringer, the Proyama hedge trimmers is the way to go. So, number two, another thing not really a fan of, but I can live with it. The weight of these things is heavy. The dry weight on them is like 12 pounds. And then I think when you add the gas into it, it feels like it bumps it up to maybe 13 pounds, 12 and a half, 13 and a half, somewhere in there. It adds a little bit to it. So when you do that, so when you're using these things, they're slightly heavy. So if you had to use them for a long period of time, like if you're going to be trimming them all day, they're probably going to wear you out a little bit. But the efficiency of these things makes up for the weight, in my opinion, because, I mean, you saw I trimmed 8 or 10 hedges in like 6 or 8 minutes, something like that. I mean, insanely fast. So to me, if you're not going to use, if you're only going to have to hold these things for a short amount of time because they're so efficient, the weight is not really an issue for me. So that's kind of my opinion on that. So y'all let me know in the comments down below what you think about them, from what I've showed you and what I've said about them and kind of what I've explained. And I'll leave a link to them in my description so you can check them out on Amazon, pick you up a pair if you want some. And one thing I want to talk about also is the price point on these things before I move on to the chipper. The price point on these things are awesome. I mean, awesome. For a commercial grade piece of equipment, you can't beat it. $200 is what they cost you. I believe they're $189 plus tax, so about $202 I think is what they cost me all in all. So $200, you can get a nice set of commercial grade hedge trimmers. And as I mentioned earlier, you're going to pay $350, $400 for the steels, HS45s. I'm not telling you don't buy the steel. I love steel. I still buy steels. I buy steel hedge trimmers all the time, but I'm just trying some new stuff, trying to find ways to kind of cut costs and everything, because things are so expensive, and profit margins and all that good stuff. So I'm just kind of testing out some new equipment, testing the water. So as far as the longevity goes, steel is probably going to be your best bet. But for the price point, Proyama is probably going to be your best bet. But like I said, it's too hard to pick a winner on either one, so I can't really say this one's better than that one or that one's better than that one. But you know, you just take that information as you wish, and however you want to take it, and make your own decision. All right, so the second thing is the wood chipper. The wood chipper that I bought, you saw me go on that little Facebook vlog and go pick it up. And the wood chipper, I bought it to kind of save time and keep us from having to haul everything off like we normally do, because normally we fill that trailer up with limbs and then we have to unload them in the burn pile and then burn them, and it's just a whole process. And I thought if we had a chipper to chip them up, it would make it better and more efficient, and it definitely did. So you will be seeing a lot more of the chipper on there. You'll see me doing some maintenance on the chipper. You'll see a lot of different things on the channel now. So with equipment and everything, I have figured out in the past couple months that I am a outdoor power tool geek. So I love outdoor power equipment, tools, you know, equipment. I love it. Heavy equipment, lawnmowers, I mean, I'm just obsessed with it. So you can ask my girlfriend. I stay on my phone just scrolling through Facebook Marketplace looking for deals, or eBay or Amazon looking to do a piece of, I mean, just everywhere. I'm always looking at stuff that's going to make things more efficient or faster or, you know, easier or anything like that. So that being said, you are kind of going to see a lot more of that on the channel, a lot more outdoor power tools and stuff like that. And they all seem to like those videos. Those videos do pretty well. And so we're going to keep doing that. I'm going to try out some more of this Proyama stuff because I'm kind of intrigued now. The past 2 products that I've gotten from them have been excellent products, and we might be on to something here. So I'm going to keep testing stuff out. I'll let y'all know my opinion on everything whenever I get it. Upside, downside, everything. You're going to hear it all. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this video on up. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all listening to me ramble on. If you're even still here, some of y'all probably been dipped out and said this dude's just talking and whatever, and we're done with it. So I understand if you did, but hopefully you didn't. But anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later.